Oh boy, CBR. So CBR says One Piece Luffy Gear 5 or 5th is about to give Super Saiyan Goku a run for its berries. So Luffy becoming the new Joy Boy could be the modern equivalent of Goku becoming Super Saiyan in terms of narrative significance and cultural impact. One Piece episode 1071 came out last night and actually jammed Crunchyroll. Now this does happen a lot because, you know, when a big episode comes out, Crunchyroll servers usually shut down for a good couple of minutes to an hour, and you know, people freak out. But luckily I was able to watch it on another site. Lucky for me. But you know, fellow otakus know. But we're actually going to cover this article on the Otaku Jump podcast later tonight, so definitely show up and pull up with your bros. But I don't know, man. Watching the new episode, now maybe I need to give Gear 5 another chance, because there's still, especially next week's episode, the episode 1072, when we actually see him fight. I mean, this episode was mainly him powering up and getting to that level, which is really cool. I mean, I had no idea that Luffy had this ability. I mean, I always thought maybe Gear 4 was the final, but apparently this is his new peak. Now, once again, I only watched the anime, so I don't know if there's a Gear 6, 7, 10. I don't know how far this is gonna go. I do remember hearing that One Piece will eventually end, and in a couple of years I think there's still more content still for One Piece. So we'll see how far Luffy goes and how the Straw Hats go, but it is definitely cool for another level of power to see Luffy obtain. So I thought it was pretty cool, but I will say, this brutally honestly opinion here, hot take, I still don't think this is going to be equivalent. I just don't think the episode was that equivalent to what we saw when Goku first went Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Z. And I know, yes, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. I know some people be roasting Dragon Ball Z up and stuff like that still to this day. I know it's not the perfect series. I know this, okay? I know y'all been roasting Goku up for like literally decades now, okay? I'm not a Goku fanboy. I think actually my favorite character might be like Vegeta, you know, maybe Trunks somewhere in there. A little bit of Gohan, you know. Cell was cool. Well, yeah, Cell was a little bit cool. Like the Android Saga was fun as hell, you know. Loved the Namek Saga was dope, but I just don't think that the episode wise, comparing the episode, right? If a new a new anime fan was gonna watch 2 episodes today, right? Obviously, One Piece would get the well, get a point there for being better animated. I would say that versus your Goku going Super Saiyan episode, but they could watch Dragon Ball Kai and that could be better animated, or be watching it on Blu-ray, it could look a little better. But if you're watching the original episode back when we were watching it on the Tsunamis and all that stuff, yeah, it's not going to be as good looking as Luffy going Super Gear 5. So I guess on the animation side, it may go to One Piece 1071. So I will give it that point. But I've been saying on nostalgia, dude. Like, keep in mind, Goku going Super Saiyan literally started it all when it came to power-ups. People going blonde, you know, R's from a Dragon Ball, you know, the hair thing, the gold spiky hair thing from the power-up thing, that's all from Dragon Ball, man. I mean, and I don't have to list the different animes that's copied that type of thing, but come on, we've seen it like a lot of times in other series that came out after Dragon Ball. I just, maybe for the new Gen Z, Gen Zoomer, this episode might be the same that we got, I guess, to them, I guess. But I would love to hear what you guys, at least the Zoomers, Millennials, all that, what do y'all think about these 2 episodes, comparing them? I still give it to Goku going Super Saiyan. I'm sorry, man. I just do. I guess we could take a look to see what this article even says here and why they think it's equivalent. Let's just go ahead and check it out. But that's just my original thoughts even before looking at the article, though. So it says plenty of transformations are very iconic. Yep, definitely true. Bleach Bankai, yep. Naruto Sharingan, Sanseiya's God Cloth. Yeah, Sanseiya's a classic. Attack on Titan, Titan shifting, yep. Sailor Moon, yeah. Dragon Ball Super Saiyan, yes. It's one of the most iconic, yeah, totally. Every fan, even mainstream audiences, know the form. Like, that's the thing. People know, that's the thing. People know what Super Saiyan is, and they're not even anime fans, right? That Super Saiyan, like that even the whole phrase going Super Saiyan is so iconic. It just is. It just is, man. The new transformation may have is what it takes to someday, right? Not today, but someday become iconic as Super Saiyan. And then of course it's covering what made Super Saiyan such an iconic transformation. I think, at least for me, like back then, I sound old as shit, but back then, like we really never. It was like, well, first of all, the internet wasn't that popping back in the day. So I don't remember people kind of like analyzing Dragon Ball manga back then. Like a lot of people were just, I think, mainly anime watchers. I don't know, or at least there wasn't a lot of spaces, or maybe they were talking about Dragon Ball on forums and stuff like that. So I mean, as an anime watcher watching blind, like the only way you would know certain things happen for Dragon Ball is if like maybe you saw like one of the old school Dragon Ball Japanese clips. If y'all remember that, some of you guys from the 90s may remember like those cool clips we used to get from the Japan side of things, where we get little like snippets of episodes. Yeah, I mean, maybe if you started looking that up, you get spoiled, but it was such a surprise, dude. And remember, like, us from the 90s, we were kids back then, just coming back from school and shit. Yo, I remember recording Dragon Ball on VHS. Yeah, I know I sound old. But, yeah, man, it's just super iconic. Let's see, it says, I think it was just the way the episode came. Like, comparing the episode versus Luffy's episode of Gear 5, like, you could kind of see, like, the marketing of Gear 5 in the Gear 5 episode, debut episode, right? You could kind of see it, but when Goku went Super Saiyan, like we weren't really sure what the hell was happening, right? Because like I said, there wasn't a lot of talk about episodes before it came out. At least I don't remember that. I mean, like when we saw Gear 5 just this weekend, like I knew people were kind of mentioning there was a Gear 5 going on, and that's even with me not even trying to look up spoilers. And like I really don't look up spoilers, but I still heard of people talking about there was something past a Gear 4, and then you saw, you know, the manga side talking about One Piece all the time with their panels from the manga and stuff. Like I don't remember seeing that from Dragon Ball back then, so it was really more of a surprise, and like you just didn't know what it was. you know when the episode happened, you just didn't know what it was, you know. And like I said, this could be my bias, you know, my like there was some weird ass shit he was doing in the episode yesterday, but I just want to see what you guys think, mainly on this one. I thought we're gonna cover this on a Talk to Jump podcast. Definitely subscribe to this stream channel. But let me know your thoughts on the transformation between Luffy Gear 5 and Goku Super Saiyan. What one do you think is better? Till this day, I'm sorry. I still think that Goku Super Saiyan, it's just better, man. Like the music, the scene, the dialogue that was happening even after he got Super Saiyan, you know, it's just too iconic. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just, it's my bias. I have a bias probably. But if I was to watch both this blind and never seen them before in my life, maybe I would have said, oh shit, you know, maybe Gear 5, that shit's crazy. Like just on the anime scale, on the animation scale. But just because, you know, I'm from the 90s, and the time I saw, like, it depends on when you actually saw Goku go Super Saiyan. I think that's it. Like, if you're, like, in your 20s and you saw it, like, just recently, you may think differently from me. But if you saw it, like me, when I was, like, a kid, man, yeah, it just, that episode just melts in your soul, bro. But anyway, guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys on more. Let me know what you think.